Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to introduce my next English conversation course, which will take place at PIME location in Milan next October 14th. There is a good news today, this year. Hopefully we can meet each other at PIME in a classroom. So we will have a language classroom, an English language classroom. There is a great deal of difference between last year and this year, because we have the opportunity to know each other in person, to meet each other. And, it's very important, because if you want to be effective when you communicate in English, it's one of the most important dimensions of communication skills. Be able, when you have a conversation, when you are making a presentation, to make eye contact with, the listener. So in this way, it seems that you are not only talking with, all the people in the classroom, but also you are talking directly with each people. So it's very important. So what we are going to do with this English course conversation, and particularly what is the aim of this course. We want to help people improve their spoken English, their communication skills, their pronunciation when they speak English, because, as I have repeated many times, pronunciation is the main problem when you want to speak correctly a foreign language, and this is extremely important when you want to speak in English. So, I just want to, to summarize what we are going to do with this English course. We all know that confidence is a very important element in learning a foreign language, and is extremely important in learning English. We also know that many learners worry about when they are talking, when they are carrying out a conversation with other people, they are worrying to make mistakes and not to be understood. People who, are listening don't understand what they're saying. So the problem is, how can you relax and sound more confident when you want to speak English? The magic word is practice. Practice often. The more often you speak, the easier it becomes. So, the key to relaxing when you are speaking is to talk about something which you find really interesting. When we speak in English and we want to improve our spoken English, we care about speaking English fluently, and this maybe is going to be a goal for many learners of English. So fluency means, be able to communicate your idea, to carry out a conversation without having to stop too much about what you want to say. However, there are so many learners. Also, they have the goal of spoken accuracy. Speaking accurately means, be able to speak without errors of grammar, vocabulary, or misspelling. The first step toward improving your spoken English is to recognize what is easy for you and then working on what is difficult. So when you speak English, do you notice any mistake you make? You make quite often. Maybe you make mistake with verb tenses, or you sound yourself slow when you speak English. And because you are always searching the correct word you need to express your idea, to say what you want to say. So you have to try to work on the problem you have noticed. So if it's fluency, you have to try to focus, making sure that people who is listening understand what you want to say, not avoiding mistake. If you have problems with tenses, try to correct yourself when you make a tense error, and don't think about any other possible mistakes. Vocabulary is extremely important when you are learning a language. If you are able to find the exact word you need to express your idea, to convey a particular message, to carry out a conversation, it's very, very important for become fluent and confident in speaking. But it's not unusual for learners of English, to feel that they don't know enough words. They need to enrich their vocabulary. In fact, not having a wide vocabulary can have a serious effect on your confidence as a speaker. So the problem is, how can you become more confident even if you don't know a lot of words? The first thing to do is to think on what you do with your own language, your mother tongue. So you have to try, first of all, you have to try to, give yourself time to think. Think of the word you need. So you can, for instance, you can ask the person listening to help you. So you could say, I can think of the word I need. Working together, your listener might be able to find the words for the idea you want to express. So working together with the people who is listening will make life easier for you and give you both chance to practice speaking and listening. The question is why we need to improve speaking skills. Learning how to speak English can be measured in terms of the ability to carry out a conversation in English. If we do not learn how to speak or do not get any opportunity to speak English, we may soon get demotivated and lose interest in learning the language. But you've been lucky because you have a chance to, to speak in a classroom. And the speaking in a classroom can be a lot of fun and can raise general learner motivation and making the English language classroom a fun and a dynamic place to be. We know that speaking is fundamental to human communication. Just think of the difference between, the difference between a conversation you have during the day and how much you communicate writing something during the day. So which of conversation or writing communication you do during the day? In our daily life, most of us speak more than we write. So I can assure you that our language course is truly to enable you to communicate in English. Then speaking skills will be practiced in the classroom. So in this English course, we will share new way of vocabulary to communicate in English. Developing a wide range of vocabulary is key to increase communicative effectiveness. So we will focus on fixed phrases, phrasal verbs, collocation, and so on. So an extensive understanding of words and phrases helps learners to become more confident when reading and listening, and developing a range of vocabulary is important for effective writing. So we are going to read and discuss English stories, articles from BBC, New York Times, Washington Post, and so on. We will be watching and listening to English mother tongue audio file and video. We will be focusing on pronunciation. For instance, modern RP versus posh English. The schwa sound. You have to know that schwa is a special sound in the English language because there are more than 30% of English words in which this sound, weak sound, occur. We will focus on International Phonetic Alphabet. It's extremely important because you need to, in order to pronounce correctly each English word, you need to understand the phonemic transcription of each word. And then we will sharing pronunciation tips. Another important activity in the class, another important task you will be involved is role play. Role play is any speaking activity when you either put yourself into somebody else's shoes, or when you just stay in your own shoes but put yourself into an imaginary situation. Imaginary situation of functional language for a multitude of different scenario will be, activated and practiced through role play. For instance, you can find yourself at a restaurant and you start a conversation with other people. Or you are checking at the airport, or you are looking for lost property. These are just examples of possible role play. We will be sharing different other topics. For instance, storytelling. Storytelling is the ability to tell a story. It's also an important skill any person should get better in order to communicate effectively, and connect with other people. We will focus on reading, practicing. As I said before, we will listen to audio files recorded by professional broadcaster, video recorded by myself. By the way, if you go on the YouTube channel, you can find my channel where I have uploaded more or less 62 videos in English. If you like, you can watch some of them. In this video, I tell stories, English stories, also different kind of topics, how to improve your spoken English, how to, to sound like a native speaker, and so on. And this is all for the English conversation course I'm going to deliver next October. I do hope, you will join me in this, beautiful, exciting time we are going to spend together. Thank you so much.